Hi, everybody. Welcome to Artfest Online Live. Thanks so much for joining me today. Are we live here? I think we're on broadcast. Are we on live, Marcelo?
Yeah, you are now.
Okay. Just checking here. It's our first time doing this, so we got a few little technical things going on as to be expected, I guess. But thanks for joining me today. I'm Lory MacDonald, and this is the Artfest Online Event, and I'm the president of Artfest Ontario. Many of you out there right now know me, and thanks for joining. I'm got such a great artist community and family and friends, and thanks so much for helping me out today and being online here with me. This is a big, exciting day for Artfest and for me, so I'm happy to join. And I know a lot of you are busy today and have lots of other things you could be doing, but I really appreciate you joining us, and thanks so much for that. So I just wanted to let everybody know that everybody's signing in on as we get started here. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, and we were going to do YouTube, but it seems like we can't do that at the moment, but we're going to post it up on YouTube a little bit later, so you can watch it there. So just be watching for that. And I've got a great team here with me today. In the background, I've got Marianne's helping out with social media, and Marcelo's helping me out with all the tech in the background, and Al's helping me out with the Q&A going there and over here too. So we're all a virtual team here, but thanks so much, guys, for helping me get this together. So we got a lot to talk about today. I'm just gonna be checking my notes a bit till we get started here, so please bear with me. It's the first time I've done something like this, and I'm a little bit nervous, as you can imagine. But as I get going, I guess I'll be a little bit more comfortable with the way things are going to be going. So I just wanted to let you know that there's a Q&A, question and answer part of on your screen. I think you can probably see it, and you can type in a question there anytime you want to, and Al will do his best to answer those, and we'll pick out some that at the end of the show too. That we can, if we have time for that. So just please put your questions in and comments. I'd love to hear from you. And even though you can't talk right now, I'd love to hear what you have to say and give us some feedback about today. So just a second here. So how did we end up getting here online? So as you know, Artfest produces 4 art and crafts festivals every year. And this year is this unusual year, as we know from all the COVID-19 issues going on and the isolation, and our events have been canceled. Our Artfest May spring show has been canceled, and so is our Kingston one at the moment. I'm hoping to have the May show maybe in October if things change, but we don't have that confirmed yet, so I'll keep you posted about that. But as you can imagine, this is just a terrible situation and pretty stressful for event planners like myself and show producers, and really catastrophic for all the artists that rely on the shows to make their living. A lot of the artists do, their entire income comes from doing events and shows. Not everybody's, up on the web, online, and artists are busy making and designing and doing that, what they do, and not all the artists are selling well online. Some of them do it really well, and I commend those, but it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of skill. So it's been really tough. So some of the artists were just wiped out. Like some of them haven't, didn't have a penny coming in from Christmas because that's what their last event was. And our show launches the summer season. We're the first show of the season in Ontario, usually May long weekend at the Distillery District, and the artists, we're planning and looking forward to that event. So that's how we kind of ended up here. So what do you do? Like, I was trying to figure out how to make a difference and empower artists, give them an opportunity to sell their work, share the stories, and try to do what we can to get this going. And then also, I mean, the show producers out there, I do a shout out to them because we're all just in the same boat here. We're all trying to find best ways to help the artist community and get online sales. And that's mainly this, the real purpose of me doing the event to start with came out of a real need, I thought, and a passion to help empower the artists to sell their work online. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a tour of the website, our website, take you there, show you around a little bit. Some of the, we have about 90 artists that participate in the May event. Not all of them are able to, send in content yet for various different reasons, but a lot of them have. So we've got a lot to talk about. I'm hoping over the next 8 days that we can do some fun things and show you around. We've got some live music going to be coming up. Andy Griffiths is playing on Sunday here. Some of you know him from the Distillery District. He's performed there before. And we have the Latin duo Faracas is going to be playing too on the May 22nd. And we've got children's activities that will show, and we've got lots of talk about the artists. Some of the artists have actually been part of a new thing we just started, and that this came out of what we've needed to do is, as a festival and event company, we've launched an online store on Artfest Ontario. We're just getting it started. Some of the artists have jumped on board right away. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And it's always hard to try something new, and we are happy that you guys have been part of it. So just wanted to share something too, like this about myself. I'm talking about myself for a second here. Anyways, hope you can put me up with me for a minute. But this is all new for me, and I'm pretty scared. So out of my comfort zone for sure. And when I thought about doing this, I thought, oh my God, what am I thinking? But then I thought about some other things. A few times I've decided to do something, just leapt and had no idea what I was getting into, didn't know what to do, didn't know how. If I had waited to figure it all out and gone to my, made one of those pros and cons lists and checked everything off, Artfest wouldn't even exist today, to be honest. Because when I started Artfest, it was just an idea, and I didn't even know what I was doing. I was handed the beginning of Artfest started when at the Distillery District. I don't know if some of you remember Don Nosbaum. He was my friend, colleague, and mentor, and he started the shows there. And I guess it was in our second year he reached out to me. I was working with him the whole time, helping him work from the artist point of view. He didn't know the artists, I did, so that was my role there. I was helping get artists to sign up and helping organize the event. And then one day I got a call from him, and he said, you got to come down to Toronto. Like, I said, okay, for me. He said, no, I mean like tomorrow. I said, okay, like what's going on? He said, well, I'll just tell you when you get here. So I thought, oh shit, maybe I thought I was in trouble or something. I didn't know what was going on. And I got down there, and he told me, like, listen, I'm really sick, and I'm not going to make it. And he said, you have to take over. So I was, sorry, I guess I'll say that, but you had to take over like today. And I was like, okay, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't run the event. I was just his assistant and helper. He said to me, no, you can do this. I know you can. So basically that's how I became an Artfest show producer. Was in one day I became an Artfest, and I had to just do it. I didn't have time to figure it out. I just had to fly and make it work. And that's how it all started. And then when I started Artfest Kingston, the same thing. I didn't live in Kingston. You heard about the fanfare closing down. Their big show had been running for 30 years. And one of my artists at the show said, why don't you take it over? I was like, why don't I? I thought, okay. And I started up phoning, one of my friends, and I knew one person in Kingston. And I phoned him up, said, hey, what do you think of this idea? And he said, yeah, I'll help you. Anyway, that's how it started. And it's grown to a huge success. And so is Artfest. And I just wanted to, share that story with you, because even today, here we are starting something brand new. This is our first day. And I have, already you know, from the start of the idea and working with it and getting input from people, like the idea is just growing and growing and growing and growing. And I'm really super excited about it. I really feel like, you know, Artfest is kind of all coming together now as a main hub for artists in Ontario. You know, we can build our store, we become like a digital marketing hub for artists and really empower and get sales rocking for people. So that's my goal. So I'm just going to share with you here. So get my screen here. On here. Hang on for me a second here. Just going to get this one out of the way and get my website up here. Hang on here. There we go. So this is the Artfest Ontario website. And right now, under the May exhibitors, we're under the May exhibitors tab. So you can see here that we have some featured artists, and these are the artists that have jumped on full on and said, you know, can you build me a web page on the site? So we're featuring Raw Jewelry, the Wooden Name Puzzles, Helena, Ivan Trotter with Stone and Hide, Art and Metal, Grips and Stir, and, you know, Manitoulin Gourmet with Dirk and Selena Mail. So these artists have actually built a website, and I can take you there later on. But I just wanted to tell you about some of the things. I mean, you know, Dirk Hawberry is from Manitoulin Gourmet. And I've known Dirk since he was a kid. I met him at the One of a Kind show. I think it was like 1979. I was exhibiting there. He was with his dad. He was probably 12, maybe. I don't know his booth, but back then they were, you know, they had a busy booth at the One of a Kind show, making mainly jam and jelly and things like that. And it's just been just an amazing thing to watch that company grow. I mean, they've launched into so many different products. Like they've got all kinds of amazing sauces. I'll just show you here. I'll go to their webpage. But you know, Dirk, when I talked to him about doing this, he said, you know what, I'll do it. I'll be on. And he said, I said, okay, great. You know, so he called me up and he said, listen, I got an idea. He said, I went out to get milk for the kids today on Saturday. And I was in the store and I saw like this beautiful pineapples. And he said, you know what? He said, I think I can make a product. I've never made anything with pineapple before. So he took pineapple home, made his, and this is what he did here. And you can see, if I can see this picture, I can. Anyways, he took it home, made up a recipe, got in his kitchen, made up this stuff, and even put the Artfest logo on the product. I mean, that's pretty sweet, right? thanks Dirk for that. But anyways, like I was saying, their company's got all kinds of sauces. They've got garlic and sriracha and jalapeno. I mean, just amazing. Chocolate, desserts, everything you need. And he's got a special on for the online event for Artfest. And so I hope you check things out. If you spend $50 on the website, then you get free shipping anywhere in Canada. So that's a pretty nice offer, and I encourage people to do that. So, you know, my real goal here, like I said, is to I'm just going to stop sharing here. My real goal here is to share things about the artists and to actually encourage people to shop online. Now, I mean, the artists contribute a huge amount of money to the Canadian economy, to local communities. You know, they make our homes, our cities, our communities beautiful. I never met an artist who didn't contribute in a big way to their community, you know, like often for free, they just want to get involved. They've got big ideas, they're creative thinkers, they love new things. And nothing makes an artist happier than getting a sale online, I'll tell you that right now, or having a fantastic, successful show. This is what motivates, you know, makes the artists, motivates them, it keeps them going, really. I mean, a lot of times we work individually in our studios at home, isolated for a week sometimes, making our product. And then we go to a show, it's like showtime. And it's so much fun. You're there with the public, with your friends, with your colleagues at the shows. I mean, the Distillery District is a great example. I can show you here the distillery district. Just a sec, I can show you. I'll share the screen again in a minute. But the district is an amazing place. I don't know how many people have actually been to the distillery district. So I'm going to share this here. Show you, here's their website here, but it's a beautiful setting. It just lends itself so well to art, creativity, sculpture, amazing food. The distillery team there, the owners have done a fantastic job. And they've had a vision since day one, and they've really stuck to it. It's not hard. That's a hard thing to do sometimes, because you get invited by big chains and corporations to, I want to be at the distillery, and they're like, no, this isn't a place for corporate chain. This is supposed to be a distinct, unique location. We want to keep it that way. And you can see they've got amazing restaurants. I don't know if people know this, but there's several of the restaurants at the distillery district are actually owned by the distillery, and they're the ones that are just like Clooney's and the Mexican restaurant, the Spanish restaurant. I have Arvo. I can't think of all of them quite now, but right at the moment. But they spent a lot of time designing these places and making them absolutely stunning. They're award-winning restaurants, and they've invested big time in. This is the one that was the Mexican one. Then they launched the Christmas show, the Christmas market. Now that's not me, that's the distillery district themselves running that incredible event, the most successful event ever for Christmas, and then kudos to them. I mean, they've got a great promotion on right now too. You can go to their website and buy a gift card for the restaurants if you want. And then they donate food to the food bank and help people with eating. So that's a nice thing they're doing right now with COVID. Most of the stores are closed there right now. They're just starting to open up, but a few of them are open, like the Brick Street Bakery, which is, just stop my share here again. The Brick Street Bakery, which is my favorite there when we go there. But so anyways, back to what I was talking about with the artists, like they really love doing these events and shows, and that gives them a chance to get out of their studio. They get to dress up in their fabulous art clothes, which I always have, right? And because artists are always, we love buying clothes from each other and, and looking great at these events. And also buying, like, we like having beautiful things. I think I'm an artist myself. I love having beautiful things, and I've collected lots of things over the years in my home, and also traded. Like a lot of the artists barter, whatever. But and I'll tell you something. When we make money and we sell things online, and we have a good show, we pay it forward. We shop in our own communities. We take in entertainment. We travel. We buy things, we support the arts community, we donate money to to charities and everything else. So when you're buying online, then you're really empowering artists to invest in their communities, and they're really big on supporters of local economy, obviously, because we're part of it. Buy Canadian, it's so important. And I think that the message right now across Canada is really working. People are shopping Canadian. I think it's really made us aware of how important, not that we didn't already know that, but preaching is acquired here, but the it's just so empowering for everybody. So I really encourage you to do that. So I'm just gonna go over here for a second here. So I just want to go over back to our website. Hang on here. And I thought, I don't know how many people are out there. I've got a poll going here. I'm just going to do a test and launch it out. I'm just wondering how many people in our audience today have actually been to a live Artfest show. And I'm just going to launch this poll, and you should be able to see it. I hope. I hope you can see it. It just let me know how I'll just run it for a few minutes here, a few seconds. Just so you know, how many people have been to an Artfest event? It's different online, sure it is, but this is our first day, like I said, we're gonna try to make it exciting and interesting for everybody, and include as many things as we can. And I know that artists are watching today too. And I know that you're gonna put your creative minds together and find new ways and help me too, right? So you're gonna have some ideas on how I can make this this idea better. My goal is to do this regularly. I'm going to run this event for 8 days right now. I thought it would take me 8 days to get it figured out. So that's one of the reasons why I'm running it for 8 days, but also to give people a chance to shop around and look. And I have a lot to share and a lot to talk about. So I really wanted to, I think I do anyway. Hope I'm not gonna be too boring for you guys, and hope you enjoy it. I'll try to do my best. I'm just gonna go over to our website again. I'm just gonna share the screen in a second. And I'm gonna go to talk a little bit about the Artfest kids. I'm just going to get this up and going. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to share this screen again. So thanks for being patient with me here. Share. So I just want to talk a little bit about the Artfest kids. Oh, the poll, yeah. So looks like 60% of the people that voted in the poll say that they've been to an Artfest live event, and 40% say no. So anyway, thanks to all of you for joining me today again. But Artfest Kids is something that's really dear to my heart. I really believe strongly in children's art activities. I'm just going to play this for you. This is one of the things we put together for kids. I don't know if kids are out there right now watching, but this is on our website. So if you miss it right now, doesn't matter, you can go back and do it anytime. Here we are back over here. Yeah, so just tell you a little bit about the Artfest Kids program, because like I said, children have always been a really big part of creativity in my life. I used to run a children's art program up here in Collingwood area. And I don't do it at the moment, but I launched the kids program. It was really successful. Loved it. It was so much fun working with the kids, and it grew and grew and grew. It just seems to be the way that things happen for me. I always make things too big, so so what happens, right? But I had to pass it on. But then I started the Magic of Children in the Arts, which is something dear to my heart as well. It's a children's art exhibition. We just celebrated our 26th year this year. I retired from it this year, which was a big thing to let go. It's the largest children's art exhibition in Canada. We had 1,486 kids that participate this year, believe it or not, all from the area. They send in their work, they have a big show. But what I always wanted to talk to you about was at Artfest at the Distillery District, we always have kids art classes going, and we set up a big tent on Gristmill Lane, and we run activities for the kids. And Sabrina Parrish is my Artfest Children's Programming Director. She put together these videos. There'll be a new one up every day. So I hope your kids can try it out. I mean, you're gonna make monsters. See what else they're gonna make. She's got all kinds of great ideas. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Sabrina, because Sabrina was in my children's art program when she was 8 years old. She came through the whole program. When she became a teenager, the program was too old for her, really, too young for her. So then we thought, okay, what now? So we launched the Mona Lisas, which was a mentoring art group for young women. And we met every week. There was 7 girls in it, just like the group of 7. We had 7 girls in it, and we met every week for the whole time they were in high school. Did all kinds of community projects, did murals, did all kinds of fun stuff. And Sabrina went through all that program with me as well. And it's been really just delightful watching her grow and mature as an artist. Then she went to art school at at college. Then she went back to school, became a teacher. Now she's a brand new full-fledged teacher. And she has great creative ideas, and she's always up for something new. And I'll just tell you one little project that she, whoops, that's my dog. She did Easter weekend this year. Like, you know, we were all stuck at home, right? We couldn't go anywhere, do anything. And on her street where she was, there's lots of kids out there. So she went into her backyard and got a whole bunch of sheets of plywood, this old wood that had been kicking around in the yard, got out a jigsaw, cut out big giant flowers, and then made up these little painting kits. And then took them all around and dropped them off at all the kids' yards at their houses on her street. There's a note, say, paint up your flower, put it on your stick, and let's get them all up for Easter. And the whole street did it. So it was just a wonderful thing. So those are the kind of people that we have in our Artfest team here. So I just wanted to thank Sabrina again for doing that, because it's a great asset to Artfest. So that we always got to get little minds, keep my little minds creative too, right? So I just go back to our website here for a second and get up here. Just bear with me. I'm just going to get up here. So I'm just going to take you a little bit of a tour here. Just going to share the screen again. Here we go. Hope you can still hear me okay. So this is where we have the shop artists. We have this is just the beginning of our shop. So it's a work in progress, but we're excited about it. So right here, I've got up, this is a sample here of Grip Stir. And they do this beautiful hand crafted spoons. And I know Timothy's been a really big contributor to this event here today. He's sending pictures. He's even got his work. So basically when you're on the store, you can actually shop right on the website here. So you can go there, you can look around, you can shop and buy things. And then just want to show you here, you know, talking about working hard. I'm just going to put this up here. To turn off the sound here a little bit, but you can just see how he goes about. He said a little video on how he actually makes his designs. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of work that goes into these things. It's unbelievable. Just for, you know, for making a spoon. I'm going to show you here. See if I can turn on a little bit of music. That's not too loud for you guys. Hear it okay. Just gonna watch this for a minute so you can just sort of see what's involved. And this is just to make a spoon. So Timothy has been in the Artfest shows for the last couple of years. Few years. He's pretty new to our group, but he's very hardworking. He's just gonna get out of it here. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I just want to give you some ideas. So each piece is cut out with a jigsaw. Puts it on the belt sander and sands it like sands it and sands it and sands it and sands it. Long process down to you see it's starting to take shape here. Handles. Then there's all the hand sanding process. Oiling it. And there we have it. a lot of work goes into these. So I'm just gonna show you, I actually own one. So you can see this. I have a bit of a thing with wooden utensils. I love them. And these only get better over time, I'll tell you that right now. And they're so beautiful and soft. I've got a whole collection of wooden utensils. I buy them all the time from artists, all the different artists. And each one of them has a story and a memory. And from the artist that actually created them. And I use them every day when I cook, every day. So that's kind of a nice. If you go, just going to go back to his store here. And I encourage you to go on the website. I don't know if you can while you're doing this or not, but I encourage you to go on the website, have a look around, because you can, each one has a pretty neat description. So all the different, all the different spoons have a different purpose and are different for different reasons. So, you know, start your collection and just keep adding on to it, because he's got a whole, and he keeps coming up with new things. I know he's got a special on right now too. I think if there's, I think it's free shipping. I'm just going to check here for, down here. I think it's free shipping for or is it the spoons? I think it's about the butter knives. I think it's, if you order butter knives, it's free shipping. I'm not sure about that. To just double check, but I'll just let you know. But I encourage you to, you know, to go on there and have a look around, watch the video, and maybe buy one of his spoons and make him happy. I mean, he's all that work. They're so reasonable, like $10, $35, $15 for, you know, it's a pretty amazing gift for somebody. So I encourage you to do that. So, okay, so just wanted to get up here. So how am I doing out there, guys? Am I doing okay? There's a little hand, raising a hand symbol, I think, on your screen somewhere. Just let me know how I'm doing. If you like what you see, and just maybe raise your hand and give me a high five. I'd like to see that. Just gonna go down here. So yeah, so the other thing I wanted to talk about today too is, you know, during this COVID-19 isolation time and change, I mean, our whole entire world has changed, and some artists have really stepped up and completely changed their whole, you know, their whole business. And one of those groups is one of those businesses called the Ashford Twist. And I've known this team for a while. They've done all of our shows with other products. And when it's going to go here, when this hit, I mean, all the shows were canceled. They were actually set up at the Canada Bloom show and ready to go to the next day for the event. And they were told, look, you have to leave the building. The event's canceled. They couldn't even take out their stuff. They had to pack up and leave. And they made arrangements to come back and get the stuff later. So pretty scary for them. And they didn't even know what was going to happen. So pretty big hit for them. So I'm just going to get their thing up here, because they've done a special thing for the event today too. I'm just going to bring their website page up here. And I'm going to share the screen again for a minute, just so I can show you around. So hang on for a sec here. So can you see that? Okay, so this is the Ashford, company called Ashford Twist. It's Mark Cooper from the, you know, the Art of Nova Scotia, all the beautiful honey products, and his partner Sheila. Sheila started the Ashford Twist just actually this year with these incredible headbands. I don't know if you've seen them yet, because they've just been launching out, but they basically, well, you know what it's like with our hair, right, gals? Like, you can imagine. And like, when you put a headband on, it's always sliding back, and it's just not staying in place. So she invented the Ashford headband, and it actually does not move. It works. I mean, I have my hat on today, as you can see. And I think all you ladies know too why I have my hat on, right? My beloved hairdresser is closed right now, so we're wearing our hats. But most of you that know me know that at our events, I always wear a hat. This hat actually is pretty special. I know it keeps going in and out, but this is actually a custom-made hat that my partner Al got me for Christmas. It's made by Kylie from the Mother Hat Company, Callie did our Christmas show in Kingston. And she's from, oh, what's it called? Right out, Kingston, starts with a G. I'm having a brain fart. Anyways, but right by Kingston, anyway, she's there. And I mean, you order these hats and she brings this crazy contraption out. I met her to get the measurements and puts it on your head. You feel like a cyborg, something from Star Trek. And she does all these dials and figures it all out and does some notes and takes it away. And then 10 weeks later, she sends me this incredible hat. It's got like a little, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I keep going in and out. Sorry. Feather. There's the feather there on the side. I don't know if you can see it there. But anyways, back to the Ashford mask. Oh, I can't even, you can't see me anyway because I'm showing you the screen. But sorry, I'm getting mixed up with that. So here it is. So, okay, so the Ashford twist. So what did they start doing? They started making masks and they made a few, they sold a few, and then the whole thing just took off. And they have now employed some local ladies in their little town there. They're helping them with sewing. They've been selling really well. And they've put up a code here. So we all should have one of these masks. I think it's just a good plan. And why not have one that's nice and have it handmade in Canada and made out of beautiful fabric with a great pattern. So if you go onto the website, you can click anywhere here. I can just, I'll show you in a second where to go. And if you use this promo code Artfest, which is with the A, you right away get a 25% discount on, so if you go, let's go right to their website here. And there it is there, the ashfordtwist.com. You can go there and you can read all about it and order your mask. So you can see here, look guys, men wear masks too, right? So it looks great. And look at all the tons of patterns, you know, all different types of ages. Might as well be stylish. Got some fun things that are themed. You've got, you know, Toronto Blue Jays and the Made in Canada, proudly Canadian. And I just want to say, you know, kudos to Mark and I'm just going to stop my screen share here. Now I can show you my hat too, but kudos to Mark and Sheila for, you know, for changing up everything just instantly on the fly and figure, oh my God, what are we going to do? And the other thing for them, I mean, they run events too. They've been running a couple of events in the Niagara and Ottawa area. Their events have all been canceled. And so what are you going to do? So these guys have put something together and they're doing gangbusters, but I encourage everybody to get, you know, shop from these guys, get a nice mask, be ready. We don't know how long it's going to last. Handy thing to have anyway, I think. So I encourage you to shop there. But yeah, so anyways, this is my hat that Al got me. And I'll just show you the feather because I know I didn't show it. I think I showed it to you there. The beautiful rustic feather made by the Mother Hat Company from Kylie. So thank you, Kylie, for this beautiful hat. Fits perfectly. I can't wait to wear it out at an event. So, okay. So, and another thing, I guess, you know, when you've got family and that support you, all would not support you. And I hate that word support because it sounds like I'm on, you know, we're some kind of, you know, charity case. But my sister always says that it takes a whole community to raise an artist. So it is true because my family's been behind me. Oh my God, everything I've ever done. So they're just great. So thank you for that. And thanks, Bridget. And my mom, who's not watching today, but she'll hear about it. She can't see, that's why she's not watching today. But Joe MacDonald, he's on Toronto Island. That's where I grew up, and a wonderful community there. She's still there, living there, and she's 87, and she's the most amazing lady. And that's my home, Toronto Island, although I did go to high school in Bracebridge. And hey, some of my Bracebridge friends are watching me today, I think. They said that they were going to turn on and see me, and I haven't seen many of them since high school. So hi, guys. I hope you're watching. But back to family, my sister has been a great, she's always coming up with really great ideas for me and always there for me all the time. And it's, I want to say happy birthday to my Aunt Chris today. Hi, Chris. It's her birthday. And I just want to talk about my daughter a little bit because Devaki. So Devaki MacDonald, many of you know Devaki. She's my bright-eyed daughter who's just had her birthday yesterday. I had mine Wednesday, hers was yesterday. Happy birthday to Devaki. And she grew up with me in a pretty crazy lifestyle, you know, doing shows and God knows what else I had going on and trying to do it all. And she always said to me, Mom, I'm never going to be an artist. Like, forget, never. Like, it's crazy. It's the worst thing ever. Well, guess what? She is an artist and she makes jewelry, the most amazing jewelry. So her company is called Raw Jewelry. She's been on an amazing jewelry. I've watched that girl. She started making jewelry when she was in grade 8 and selling it at her, you had the schools have those family fair, business fairs. It was a business. So she's selling her jewelry there. At that point, it was all macrame jewelry, learning how to work with her hands and make stuff and work with designs and colors. And then she, switched into doing all wire jewelry. She went on a huge adventure, traveling all over the world, much to my chagrin, to places that I didn't want her to go to, right? But here she off on an adventure. Had to be supportive of me, Mom, and that's your dream, go for it, girl. She spent 10 years traveling all over South America and learning how to be a jeweler, making all the wire and the twisting and just really honed her skills. And I'm just going to take you back to share a screen again because she's with us today. And of course, she opted to be on our artist website. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm just going to share the screen again one more time. Here we go. I hope you can see that okay. So that's Devaki there, Raw Jewelry. That's her working away on a piece. So she started working in, originally working in brass and I guess she was doing with the wire. She learned how to, work with her hands and do all kinds of crazy patterns and really complicated stuff. And she traveled all over South America selling her jewelry. And that's how she paid her way as, a traveling jewelry person, traveling all over South America, including Colombia, which I'm sure you can imagine I wasn't too pleased about that. And came back and then, she was doing the clock and watch pieces for a while and recycling pieces. She really wanted to make sure that her jewelry was not making an impact on our planet and wanted to use all recycled materials. So that was set her on a whole other journey. And then now she's doing the brass and casting. So you can see here some of the things that she's doing here. I'm just going to bring up. Everything is like pieces like this. I'm just going to show you here. These are all pieces that are cut by hand with a saw, believe it or not, in a circle, and then pounded and sanded and distressed to make patterns. Now, I actually have helped her. I was her jewelry making slave a few times, helping her in her studio get ready for shows. They're one of a kind. I sanded so much. I think I sanded the fingerprints off my fingers. But that's how she started. And then she kept experimenting and learning how to do things. So then she started doing some, a sec here, a bit big, doing some sculptures, wax. So look here, I told you she made all these beautiful sculptures out of wax, impressions out of wax. And then now she's able to get these pieces cast, hours of work to start with, and then get them cast. And now she has pieces. Now she can do those. She does them in silver. She does them in brass. And I think she does them in, I don't know if there's another piece she does them in. And then she started, getting really into some rustic stuff. But look at this piece here. This, I know for this porcupine that she has. It's coming up here. A bit of a lag here on my website. This porcupine, which is not coming up. Let me just refresh my page here. Not sure why that's not there. Go back. These porcupine quills are from a porcupine that she actually found on one of her travels with her around Canada, and was able to collect all these porcupine quills herself. So that's pretty neat. Then she does these beautiful leaf patterns. Anyways, here's another story here. encourage you to shop on her website. Her business completely got wiped out. All of her revenue comes from shows. And so now she's having to turn to online sales. I'm just going to stop my share again here. She starts to turn, 100% onto online sales to, to make a living and pay her bills. So there's another classic example of what some of the artists are doing. And I know, she is a real brave girl. I don't know where she gets that from, but maybe from me, I don't know. She's brave in different ways than I am, but she travels all over, the West Coast, and she bought a Volkswagen van. She loves this thing called Lola, fixed it all up, drives around all over the country with this thing with my granddaughter. They go to all kinds of festivals in the summer, and so they're really missing that this summer, Winnipeg Folk Festival and up in the Northwest Territories, Calgary, Edmonton Folk Fest. Those are her events that she loves to go to. She loves music, and she loves to sell her jewelry, and that's where she shines and is able to meet her public. But she spends all her time working in her studio, which is in her house, and at her where she lives in Nelson, BC. It's too far away as far as I'm concerned, but she's probably watching right now, maybe too. Hi, Dev. I hope. And I do get out there and see her, so and visit and help her build her jewelry business. And when I went out there in November last year, I was tasked with building her a booth. So that was fun. I'm not a booth builder, I'm not a carpenter, but man, I built a booth for her. She needed a booth, I built it. And that was for the Vancouver Circle Craft for the Christmas show. And it turned out pretty great. And somehow we managed to get it built, painted, and set up. And also her show for Toronto. I don't know if any of you have seen her one of a kind booth. It's absolutely stunning. We built that here basically in a weekend, and Al helped, and Corey, her friend, helped Corey and Deviki. We just worked like maniacs to get the whole thing built, and it was got done. So that's what artists do. We work hard and we get things done, right? But I just wanted to make a comment too about studio space for artists, because one of the things that artists need is space to do what they do. Now, it's not most artists have to have a bit of room. So we've a lot of us have sort of fashioned our life in a way where we've got kind of interesting spaces, and quite often we're not. We tend to find places that are affordable to live in, affordable to buy. We like nature generally, most of us do. We like to be outside. We like to have space. I know I do anyway. My studio is here in Ottawa, Ontario. Ottawa is a very tiny town. It's not Ottawa. I always say not Ottawa. If you want something shipped here, you got to say the village of Ottawa. Otherwise it gets shipped to Ottawa, and they're like, where's my package? But we live in Ottawa. It's a very small town, 500 people. I bought a house out here 27 years ago because I could afford it, and it's a fixer-upper. It's still a fixer-upper. It'll be being fixed up for the rest of my life, I'm sure, but got a lot of stuff here. Made our own space. It's kind of fun. It's a bit quirky. Everybody in the community knows it's the artist's house. They don't know me, may not know my name or know me, but oh yeah, the artist's house. You say, where do you live? Oh, the artist. Oh yeah, I know that house. So all that stuff around. And I was lucky about, more than 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. We had a studio. Our studio was in the house, and one of my friends called up and said, hey, we were just found out that the school board is decommissioning a bunch of school portables. And this is a tip for anybody who's looking for a building, and by the way, but every year the school board reassesses their portables, make sure they're safe for the kids, and retires ones that need to be replaced, or sometimes they just don't need them anymore, whatever. So they sort of commission them out and they auction them off. So their friend said they did an auction and they had a couple left over. Why don't you call up and see if you can get one? And I'm like, well, okay, I didn't really know. So I called the guy up and he said, yeah, we got one here, got a couple here. And I said, well, how much are they? And he goes, make an offer. I'm like, well, what do you mean to make an offer? Like, how many? He said, trust me, just make me an offer. I said, okay, $175. And he said, sold. I was like, seriously? So I ended up getting a school portable for $175. Okay, so that's great, right? But then, okay, well, how are we going to get it here? How are we going to set it up? What does that mean? So in the end, it cost me, I guess over the end, it cost me about $5,000 to get it moved here, had got it set up. And we have an instant studio. It was amazing. Like I'm telling you, it's been the best thing ever. So I have a school portable. That's my, well, I'm pretty lucky because I actually have 2 studios. I have my house studio, which is now my office studio, which is I share with Al and with Pam. You know, a lot of you know Pam. Pam's my bookkeeper and my assistant here. So hi, Pam. Thanks for tuning in today. I know you're watching too. Hasn't been in for a while, obviously, because we're working virtually, but the portable is a great place and great space. And I'll do a little video tour of it for you and show it one day over the next few days so you can see what it's like. And of course, I've asked artists too, like, you know, send me in some pictures or videos of your studio spaces, you know, so we can see where you work, because I find it really interesting to see where people work. And they're like, oh wow, God, I have to clean it all up first. And I said, no, you don't have to clean it up. Like, if you want to see where you really work, like, let's just show the way it really is. And when I told Al, I said, you know, I should probably do a little video of my studio so people can see where I am. And I said, like, well, but you have to, I said, we're gonna have to clean it up first, right? He's like, yeah, okay, how come the artists don't have to clean up their studio, but you have to have yours all cleaned up? I said, yeah, that's not fair. Okay, so I'm gonna, you know, take a video of my studio space here and show you around one day. This week we got a bit of extra time. And I share my space with different artists too. It's a teaching space sometimes. It's also the depot for the magic of children in the arts. So we have our hub there, all of our magic and the children in the arts teachers. We have all our supplies there for our teachers there, and they come and go and take and pick up and drop things off. Shelly, Hannah, I think you know Shelly. Many of you know Shelly. She's one of our Artfest team. She's staying with us here right now too. Her studio is out there as well. So we got a lot going on out there. And I also have a friend Shane Durnford, a sign maker. He's out there making a sign. So lots going on in the Artfest studio out here. And I just wanted to say one little thing about the Artfest team. I don't know if people know, like, when you run events, you can't do them by yourself. You need a good team. And I've got the most amazing Artfest team here. And I just want to tell you a little bit about, you know, how that kind of evolved, because the kind of way that I like to do things and build things, I like just to give people the opportunity to participate, get involved, and bring their best to whatever we do, and bring their ideas forth, and basically just take charge of whatever they're in charge of. I don't like to micromanage things, and that can be a problem sometimes too, because they're like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like, I don't know, you figure it out. This is what the goal is. This is how you have to do it. You know, Sabrina Parrish, our children's director, she's the best one for that, because I just say, you know what, just run a children's program, put it together. I know you do a fantastic job. And I think that empowers people too. So the Artfest team, we're all individuals. We all have our own lives. We don't work together on a day-to-day basis. I run the events, coordinate things, do all the bookings, you know, handle everything that's to do with all the organizing of it. And then they come for the weekend, and they show up with you know, their big smiles and their big hearts and all their knowledge. And, you know, we've built a pretty good team, and we've been with me now. I've been running the Artfest now on my own. I guess it's been 10 years. I think I've been 10 or 11 years I've been running Artfest on my own, and it's evolved from we originally had 3 shows at the Distillery District. Then we added on Artfest Kingston for the summer. Then we tried Port Credit for a couple of years. I guess we were there for 4 years in Port Credit. Beautiful city, Port Credit. We just, you know, didn't work there. I don't know why, but we decided to move our show from there. And then we started a Christmas show a couple of years ago, which has been a really great experience. Another huge learning curve. Running indoor events, it's all new to me. Kudos to Signatures Craft Shows, man. Those guys run I don't know how many they run. They're the largest Canadian craft show producer in Canada. You know, I know Ruth and John and Peter from, I think we met in 1978 or 79 at the McKine show. we're all exhibiting there. They're an amazing team. I even helped them design their first poster, believe it or not. But we've stayed in touch over years, and I just watched that company just grow and grow and grow, and I'm just so proud of them. And I know that they're right now doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to figure out what the heck we can do to empower the artists and make sure that the arts community stays strong and that event stays strong. So I hope that Al's been answering your questions okay in the Q&A. If there's anything else that we didn't answer today, we will definitely get to them, and we will have answers if anything's missing. I hope everything went smoothly today and you could see me and hear me okay. Please let me know. We're just winding things. I've got 3 minutes left here, but just wanted to finish off with just talk about one more thing here. Some of the artists here, I'm just going to go back over to my website for a second at artfestontario.com. And I just want to remind you, try sharing the screen one more time before we sign off here. Remind you, all the visitors, please go to the website, have a look around. Everything's not perfect on there yet. It's always work in progress. There's lots of things we have to, continue to do. But if we go back over to here's all the featured exhibitors here that you can go and shop right on our Artfest website. If I go to the May exhibitors page, you can scroll down. There's lots to click on. Every single artist picture you hear is in our event. And if you go and you click on any of these, it all takes you over to our Artfest blog. And we've written detailed descriptions and stories on our blog as well. This is Little Tree and Me. And Miko and I had a great phone interview a couple of days ago, which I'm going to put together and play for you hopefully tomorrow. But she makes these amazing art dolls. But you can go and you can read about the different artists. If you can go, and if you can just go directly to the blog over here. Marianne's done an amazing job pulling this together. She writes about all the artists, their stories. Everybody's in their photography, and we're still adding more content every day. Artists are still sending me stuff in, and we're gonna be adding it on. So it's gonna be changing and updating every day. I hope you get a chance to have a look at it. And I'm Lory MacDonald. I'm just gonna stop sharing my screen again. I'm Lory MacDonald from Artfest Ontario. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the day. I know it was a lot of me talking. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I hope you can hear me okay. You'll let me know. We'll make it better. Send in your ideas. We've got 8 days of great programming that we can do and share, and there's lots to talk about here. So I'm going to sign off now, and thank you for joining. Now, so if you've signed up for this webinar, please share it with other people. Anybody can jump in anytime, and your link is good for the whole 8 days. Don't forget, on Sunday, we've got music coming with Andy Griffiths. And so that'll be the next kind of fun thing. I'm going to add in some more videos. I just needed to get today done and kind of give you an overview and introduction and what we're doing here. And I hope you enjoyed our show. And thanks so much. And make sure you shop at Artfest Ontario and online at all the artists' websites. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.